Well, I wanted to give a little update on the truck bed. It's all in paint. Watch that happen. Been working on the wiring, lights, all that good stuff. Haven't recorded a lot of that because it's kind of like watching paint dry. The harness is all made up, so these will tie into where the truck has a pigtail already coming out for the tail lights. So we'll use that factory harness there. We've got the plumbing in for the water tank. Water tank will sit at the front. We've got one spigot on the back. There's one on the other side as well, but we're stealing it off the other truck when we retire it. So, because the tank off the other truck's the one that's going on this truck. Everything in the back, again, is pretty well done. Got the tail lights. Everything on the rack is pretty much mounted. I just got to do a little tying in. These tail lights here get tied into the harness. This is the harness we've ran all the way through that upper bar. So the harness that's in this upper bar starts at that work light over there, comes across, catches that ID bar light, the other work light. There's a small hole inside there that we had to fight that through. In hindsight, I should have opened up the back of this tube to get that through there, but I didn't, so we worked with it. We got it. And then this harness goes all the way down and then goes into this tube over to the center. But it has this leg here. This will run all the way down and catch the bottom light. There's 7 lights, the little 3/4 inch LEDs like these. These will all be amber up here. Got the light bar mounted. The wire is going in the rack for it. Also comes across, goes all the way down through the tube, and then comes out down here. So everything's pretty well hidden. So I gotta make a few connections down there. I'm gonna show how I've been doing this. I'm just getting ready to solder this tail light to the harness. One of the other guys just went to pick up wood for the bed. I actually think we're gonna get this bed put on the truck today. Derek ended up putting the key holder. I'll show you when it's all together how that works. We'll put the mud flaps on after we get it on the truck. Get the toolbox lid probably after we put it on the truck, just in case something gets a little wonky. Anyway, that's where we're at. We're getting really close. I'm hoping to be driving this truck within a few days with any luck. I ordered the floor screws last night. It shouldn't take them too long to get here. I think they were coming out of Minnesota. We're in central Illinois, so with any luck we'll have them in a few days. I should have ordered them a long time ago, but that's just the way I work. Everything's last minute. So these 2 leads that are left are going to be for the marker light here, so pretty busy inside this bar here. So we'll leave these out where we can get to them, and that light will tie into there, and that'll all get shoved in. If you're doing a rack like this, if you want to make it a little easier on yourself, you can put like 2-inch LEDs or 2-inch lights in the side, and it gives you a lot more access there. But I really like these little 3/4 inch lights because they're almost impossible to knock off, and they last a long time. They look neat. So we're just toughing it out. We're going to work through the 3/4 inch hole on all of them. I have cussed this soldering iron for I don't know how many years because it would take forever to warm up. And yesterday, I don't know why, I've never checked these screws, but they were so loose. It was making literally hardly any connection to the tip. You'd think that's the simplest first thing you'd check. I don't know why over so many years. That's why I usually ended up just using a torch to solder with. The problem is it ends up burning a lot of the insulation, kind of makes it ugly, which you end up covering it with the heat shrink anyway. But I couldn't believe this thing works so much better. I don't know that it ever worked as good as it is now. Takes just 5 or 6 seconds to warm up enough to start melting it, and you keep on the trigger, it continues to work good. So I don't know, sometimes it's the simplest things that you overlook, but once you do something like that, you usually don't do it again. You remember that time, like, oh yeah. Same thing with battery cables, you know, check oh, my battery's dead. Well, no, it might not be. Your cables may not be making a good connection. And we just had that yesterday on one of our John Deere mowers. Also, the stump grinder had a bad connection on a wire. Kind of fought it the other day. Wouldn't start. So you just gotta remember not to overlook some of the simple things.
It ain't got no gas in it. You see there, Scooter? Thinks of the simplest things first.
When I made these harnesses for this, I actually color coded everything kind of the standard. The other side you'll notice was a green. With your trailer wiring and stuff like that, yellow is left, green is right for your turn signals and brake lights. White is ground, brown tail lights. That's what this lead is. Makes it a little easier when you hook things up. I've got the strobe lights running on an orange, you know, because most of your strobes are generally an orange color. Backup lights, I usually use purple for those because I'm a Ford guy, and for years the backup lights have had some kind of purple to them, purple tracer or something like that. Red is what I'm using for these work lights. Just got to remember what you're doing. You don't want to get a big roll of black wire and just wire everything black. It just make a nightmare out of it. So I'm gonna leave these like this. That way when it's on the truck, these are continuous loops now. So in theory, if I want to test everything will work even though these lights aren't there, because everything's a continuous loop all the way down. Just pulled loops. This is the end of the run, so. Got everything plugged into the jump box to test it out temporarily. Everything that's on the truck bed is working so far, except this guy. He's not working ever.
This is the way to do it. You eat pizza and get paid.
Yeah. close to being official now. We're gonna drain the water tank down off the old truck and move it over to the new one. Floor's all screwed down.
66 right here.
66 screws.
All the way here. And then we got 2, 4, 5.
Got 70 altogether on that.
You got a little carried away there, Tim.
Did I go a little high?
Yeah.
I was trying to cover that black spot, or that gray spot there.
Oh, you want to go up here?
Yeah, it don't matter. Wherever it ends up, it ends up.
Alright, that's fine.
I come over here and grab a roller for 5 minutes, and not even that, mess up Derek's job he's doing. He's putting the Herculiner in everything. He's doing a great job. And then I get a hold of it and start messing it up. Got the steps both done. I'm out of the water tank this morning. It's all working. I won't show you this one works because it would probably get his shoe all wet.
It leaks.
Yeah.
Totally different project.
Totally different nightmares. what that
Nightmare.
is.
Summer kids do not know how to take care of mowers.
Summer kids and
Some are not.
yeah. Well, no, they're all
Some
kids.
are all kids.
Some are helping, some are not.
Some are not. eh?
Yeah.
Just leave it at that.
You know what I mean. Oh well. Well, here it is, guys, all done. Have to apologize, it's not clean. I do drive the truck. It is a work truck, and we work with dirt, so this is how it gets. Pretty quick. I try to keep it as clean as I can, but you see how that goes. Anyway, we just got back from a job a little bit ago and wanted to try to do a finished walk around on this thing since I haven't had a chance to. got everything pretty well on it that it's going to have on it. Shovels all mounted, you can get them out easy. Like them little holders, they're kind of nice. Got this mount made for all of our keys that we use when people don't pay their water bill. If they have an emergency inside and they need their water shut off for any reason. Got the valve key. Sits on that square over there so it don't bang off the headache rack. Got some holders for the barricade sticks. Water. A grease gun stuck back there for the machine. Boards up here to hold the tile. This is a messed up piece of tile, I'll tell you that. The saw's tied down in there. We can get the saw out without taking the stand off. It's kind of nice. And you can see what I was going for here. See, it's like if we have a long piece of tile on here, it will extend all the way up here, but it's still over the top of the saw. So this is a pretty short piece we would still use. Water over here too. Kind of brown. Probably got stuff in the bottom of the tank. We don't drink that though. I mean, a heavy duty pintle hitch. That backup camera is really nice for hooking up this trailer. We made this little doodad. This is kind of a prototype for holding the combi. Probably looks kind of odd driving down the road. Oh, that thing's getting ready to fall off the back of the truck, but it actually is secured and it can't go anywhere. I'm probably going to make something out of metal to hold that a little better. So anyway, just wanted to kind of show it before it's totally covered in filth. I try to keep it somewhat clean. Like I said, it's difficult.